Coming up on Fulton Today, commissioners and mayors reconvene to discuss the multiple transit options of moving the county forward. We'll have a full report. Also, officials and volunteers point out what it will take to end homelessness in Fulton County. And those with a criminal past can now look towards a brighter future. That and more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Now that hundreds of Fulton County residents have had their say on the future of transit in the county, Fulton leaders and the mayors from Fulton cities meet to decide what is next. FGTV's Brian Robinson joins us now with more on this story.
Shania, the consensus between commissioners and mayors is the best way to move Fulton forward involves rapid moving buses.
For the second time in 6 weeks, commissioners and mayors met inside the government center to discuss transit. This meeting was the culmination of over 30 public hearings and online surveys that began last summer. After all the information was gathered and many robust conversations, the commissioners and mayors feel buses are the best way to start the process of easing traffic issues.
They've kind of made a decision to, at least as a consensus, focus in on bus rapid transit and arterial rapid transit as opposed to heavy rail.
But I think if we move forward with BRT, ART, that's a start, and certainly it's a positive start, because certainly we've got to have something to get us started with the types of developments that are coming.
Well, I think everyone was in agreement. It was unanimous to go for the BRT and ART. I think that's a really good option for us.
Already in use in multiple major world cities, the bus rapid system delivers fast and efficient service that may include dedicated lanes, busways, traffic signal priority, elevated platforms, and enhanced stations. Arterial rapid transit is similar, with the noticeable difference being buses travel in traffic, but still receive the right-of-way when approaching an intersection.
I think it's exciting that the mayors and the commissioners both are working together, but also reached a level of consensus that something needs to be done now to improve our mobility and connectivity in Fulton.
Despite the BRT-ART option offering the best connectivity across the county, it involves a half a penny sales tax. Not only would voters have to approve that tax, state lawmakers would have to approve legislation to allow the vote to occur. Officials say it may seem like an uphill battle, but county leaders feel since they're in agreement with the county's mayors and the public, something can be done.
I think we're going to have to communicate to the Georgia Department of Transportation and the state legislature what we see as a way to go, and I think it will be significant and important to them that there was and is consensus among the Board of Commissioners and the various mayors within Fulton County.
Now, if the half-cent transit sales tax is approved by state lawmakers, it could go to the voters as soon as next fall. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Brian Robinson.
Thank you very much, Brian. Meanwhile, the first South Fulton transition meeting of 2018, well, it's in the books. For the 13th time, county leaders met with the remaining county employees affected by the creation of the new city of South Fulton. The focus of this session at the Aviation Community Cultural Center was to explain the county's decision to deliver services to the Fulton Industrial District on a direct basis instead of a contract basis for as long as the county is responsible for maintaining that district. This decision allows employees to apply and potentially be selected for services along the FID corridor or become employed by the city of South Fulton.
That'll all be done before any transfer is made to the city of South Fulton for fire and police, so they'll have both options. They'll know both options, I guess I should say, before that effective date. So while it is a change in one sense of the word, it is part of what was potentially anticipated, and we have been explaining in these meetings, but that's why it's so important to continue to have these meetings.
Though the employees in attendance were given a questionnaire to provide answers to their questions, still some had concerns. Fulton leaders plan on keeping all county employees impacted by the new city informed until the transitions are complete. And speaking of the city of South Fulton, the county's public works team is working to try to get a handle on the illegal dumping problem in that area, and it's using social media to get the public's help. Now, Lamont Philpott, he is from the Public Works Department. And sir, thank you so much for joining us on Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
And first things first, let's make sure everybody is clear on the definition of illegal dumping.
Illegal dumping is dumping waste on public or private property that's not licensed or permitted to receive waste.
And where are some of those most common places where this illegal dumping is taking place?
Generally takes place on dim lit streets, abandoned subdivisions, around sewer easements, and just any place that nowadays that's any place that they can dump it.
And I understand in addition to people reporting this illegal dumping to the police department, there's also a social media campaign designed to help people to report them via Facebook.
Yeah, it's the Renaissance dumping hotspots. I generally look at it every day. It gives me a heads up before I get to work, so I'll already know, what to expect and where I can send the crews to. So it's very helpful.
And illegal dumping has a significant impact on the community. Talk about some of those negative effects.
It impacts the city negatively when citizens see all of the debris that's all on the curbside and roadways, and it brings the property value down when people don't want to move into an area because they see so much illegal dumping and everything like that. And a lot of the illegal dumping can have hazardous materials in it or environmental stuff that could cause runoff into the creeks and everything like that. So those are some of the negative things that happen with the illegal dumping.
Well, Mr. Philpott from the Public Works Department, we certainly appreciate all that you all are doing. Thank you so much for your time.
And thanks for having me.
Now again, here is the contact information if you want to report illegal dumping in your community. Remember, residents can always legally dump at the Merck Miles transfer station on Merck Road for a nominal fee. And switching gears now, a group of people line up with hopes of getting their prior misdemeanor arrest removed from their records. The Fulton County Solicitor General, along with organized labor and community organizations, hosted the Labor and Government Restorative Justice Freedom Summit at the IBEW building. It was an opportunity for those arrested in Fulton County but not convicted nor found guilty of misdemeanor crimes to have their criminal records cleared.
It means freedom. It means the full rights of citizenship as an American. It means the opportunity to take care of themselves and the opportunity to take care of their families. It means justice and equality. Having a clean criminal record means an opportunity at pursuing the American dream.
For people that have held their life on, just instead of not going forward because they believe there are restrictions that have now been lifted, I think is inspiring.
Having a clean record offers these citizens a better chance of finding housing and employment. Some even took advantage of the job interviews various employers offered and free legal consultations.
Expungement events like this did not happen in this state until a year and a half ago. Fulton County is now in their fourth, event. And this is amazing. And I think Fulton County certainly is leading the state and saying, look, we can make lives easier for people by doing this.
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity, and I'm pretty sure that it's not just coming from me. We appreciate this program, and I pray that it works, that you get 100%.
If you missed this opportunity but would like more information on the process, you can contact the solicitor's office. And here's a story we're really happy to share with you. A local school honors the memory of the late Fulton County Juvenile Court Judge Willie Lovett Jr.
1, 2, 3.
The Chattahoochee Hills Charter School Foundation hosted a groundbreaking ceremony for a new school building that will be named after the judge.
He loved working with the school, with the foundation, with all of the students and their parents, and I think he's smiling knowing that this is actually occurring. But most of all, I think this is really helpful for the young people to see someone who came from inner city Savannah, Carver Village, to go on to do the things that he has done, but also to be accessible to them on a one-on-one basis.
It really captures so much of what made me appreciate and enjoy working with Willie and the person that he was. It's just thrilling to see his spirit live on like this.
Judge Lovett's wife, the Chattahoochee Hills mayor, and representatives from the school and foundation all participated in the groundbreaking. The new building will house 8 classrooms, a multi-purpose gathering space, 2 science labs, administrative offices, meeting space, and an outdoor covered court.
Amazing guy, and hugely missed. Naming the building after him is a tiny little thing in the context of everything he did.
That's where I stand here today. And lead the efforts of raising money to support the school and support the students and the administration for educational excellence.
Judge Lovett was an early supporter of the school when it opened in 2014. The plan is for the building to be ready when school opens in August. Wonderful gesture. And still to come on Fulton Today, Fulton commissioners share more thoughts on the future of transit in the county in our district-by-district coverage next. Welcome back, everybody. As we shared earlier in the show, Fulton County leaders and their transit master plan partners have wrapped up a series of open house meetings all over the county. And we've also now heard from mayors on the topic. But what do our commissioners have to say? Here's this week's district by district coverage.
I think that we reached some consensus about a future direction as we move to solve our transportation problem. As I always say, the good news is our citizens have recognized that there is a problem, that no matter how great we are, if we can't get from point to point A to point B easily, then we have a problem. Voters, though, decided to help us fund these improvements that are going to be on our plate, and so this is a great day for Fulton County in my judgment.
And the other exciting option that we have right now is that the state is working on managed lanes up Georgia 400 and on 285, which would be perfect to incorporate BRT into those plans as they do that work. So we might have a unique opportunity with this recommendation to partner with the state and get some of that assistance that we need to go forward.
The transit discussion that we were having a few years back when we were discussing the T-Splost effort, one clear thing was that we couldn't come to agreement around transit because we had no plan. We had a static plan that talked about heavy rail up 400, maybe 10, 12 years down the road, but there was no plan. And there was limited citizen input around kind of what that would look like. We've got that today. We've done the work on it. And we've got something that's clearly actionable.
Transit has always been a big issue for my constituents. When I was on the Atlanta City Council representing parts of Buckhead, we did an awful lot of transit-oriented development around the Buckhead MARTA station, the Lindbergh MARTA station, and others. And the constituents were very interested in creating density around those stations. So that commutes would be lessened. So I think my constituents certainly are all for lots more funding for transit.
I'm in support of transit expansion options, including bus and arterial rapid transit. Since my district is unique because it solely encompasses the city of Atlanta, I'm happy that my District 4 constituents will have transportation solutions that enhance their quality of life. Teamwork makes the dream work.
With what happened today, we'll be able to expand transit in Fulton County, north, south, east, and west, and again, provide a larger footprint for the residents of Fulton County. So I'm excited.
Thank you very much, Commissioners. And when Fulton Today returns, county officials and volunteers hit the street with hopes of ending homelessness. Stay with us. With more people living longer and therefore more people working longer, statistics show that an increasing number of people have some kind of caregiving responsibility. Well, Fulton County is giving support to its own employees who are not only taking care of the public, but are also taking care of one of their loved ones. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega explains.
The patient and or the family needs to get with a discharge planner, is usually a social worker or a nurse case manager, somebody.
When this group of Fulton County employees decided to spend their lunch hour together, it wasn't just about the fellowship. It was to share what they all have in common.
I'm a caregiver for my father currently.
Taking care of a family member while also working a full-time job.
Caregiving is very, very hard, and if you don't have the right resources and the right information needed, it makes it even harder. So that's why this Caregiver in the Workplace support group is so important for the employees of Fulton County.
You need to be real with them about what mama or dad will need.
The facilitator for the session on this day was from the Grady Health System, who addressed the difference between Medicare and Medicaid.
What I learned about the different four parts of Medicare, what is acceptable, what you should look into, what you need to know about it. I learned that what I really learned was about when elderly people have a internist or a practitioner, maybe they need to look into a geriatric doctor more so than just the basic doctor.
Fulton's Department of Senior Services offers the same program at its senior centers. However, these classes at the Fulton County Government Center are specifically for employees to give them the support they need to provide good service while on the job.
You work 8 hours, then you go home and you're caring for someone. That's really another job. We're going to have a part B to this because there was so much information given and there's so much more to be given till they want her to come back, which I think is great.
I plan to come to the next session of the caregivers class. This is my first session and it will not be the last.
And many here agree with him, as they believe that a workforce that sticks together through this journey will survive together. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
Thank you, Priscilla. Fulton County takes part in an annual homeless count to better understand just how many people are in need of services. Every year, the Fulton County point-in-time homeless count is conducted to understand the level and types of homelessness in the county. This year's count, both in North and South Fulton, tracked families, single women with children, youth, and single men.
Well, this is the one night a year when we get volunteers together and we divide up into teams and go out and see if we can interact with folks that we find on the street who don't have a place to stay.
Fulton's Department of Community Development sponsors the count. The final results of the count will be used to determine the amount of federal funding needed to support the development of programs that will help the homeless community. Fulton seniors get their wishes fulfilled in terms of senior programs for 2018. After a number of seniors appealed to county commissioners during the budget process, the board restored much of the funding for senior services.
In 2018, with the commitment from the Fulton County Board of Commissioners, seniors can look forward to all of the services that they have enjoyed in years past, such as home delivered meals, in-home services like respite and homemaker services, transportation, congregate meals, neighborhood senior center services. So all of those services will continue.
In order to participate in the county's senior programs, you must register as an official member at one of the county's senior facilities. See the list of the facilities online or just call the county's Star Line. And still to come, it's time to start thinking warm thoughts as summer camp registrations begin. Stay with us. Well, it may still be winter, but it's never too early to get a start on those summer plans for the kids. Registration for Cooperative Extension's 4-H summer camp is now open. Every year, 4-H offers away camps for 4th through 12th graders at various locations like the North Georgia mountains, the beach, or right here in Atlanta.
Kids will have an opportunity to learn how to canoe. They have an opportunity to participate in herpetology classes where they learn about snakes, lake ecology classes where they learn about the lake ecosystem. They would go on nature hikes. They will participate in healthy cooking classes, so they'll learn how to prepare quick and fresh, healthy snacks throughout the summer. They also have an opportunity to connect and network with friends from all over the state of Georgia.
Camps are available on a first-come, first-served basis, and there's limited space for each one. And thanks to the support and donors and other funders, there are also a limited number of camp scholarships for 2018. Those applications are due March 1st.
If someone is interested in attending Georgia 4-H summer camp, they would just go and visit our website or our Facebook page, and they will see the application for a 4-H scholarship. I will tell you that the people that apply, the kids that are interested in applying, they have to be active in 4-H this past year. And also, it's based on need.
To register for a camp, you can download and complete a registration form by logging on to ugaextension.org/Fulton. You will also see instructions on how to send in your forms. And finally, young business owners shine at their local library. Business owners between the ages of 6 and 18 took part in this year's Youth Entrepreneur Fair at the Southeast Library. The young entrepreneurs were given the chance to set up a table to show off their business and then talk about their product.
As young people stepping out into entrepreneurship, I felt that coming out today would be an awesome opportunity to just kind of share in some of the things that I've done and just kind of see what these younger people are doing and perhaps offer some insight if there was an opportunity.
I like about being in business because it's my favorite thing to do, and before I started business, I acted like I had business. My scrub is naturally made, so no preservatives or stuff like that, or chemicals. And we have pink peppermint and purple lavender, blue vanilla, and white plain, no scent, no color white.
Now, this is just one of the many county programs that we have for young people. Just check out this website to get more information. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to connect with you online. Be sure to follow FGTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. And you can watch a replay of this show and other FGTV programs anytime on our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.